What's the base price line? You know, the bottom
So
of the scale, in-house training, like you keep them for a week.
I would say 700 to 1,000 a week's pretty normal.
1,000 is pretty average, at least
Okay,
if the dog is.
yeah.
that sounds
So
about right. Yeah.
I person, she's not here. Her name is Kelty. For the longest time, she was struggling when it comes to debating if she should increase her prices or not. And then, she started testing different price points. She increased her prices and she noticed, she was pretty much shocked of how people were reacting to that. And one of the things that I feel like a lot of, people I guess get like a little, uncomfortable is trying to charge more because they feel like they're just going to get more rejections. When a lot of the times what happens is that, the response then seems to be a little bit more. You start working a little bit more with your ideal client, and less with those, clients that are more of a headache and trying to get, the cheaper price, trying to find, the cheapest route. So that has really, really, helped her out on that. Do you offer any sort of financing?
Yeah, we have like Klarna right
Okay.
now, and um, isn't there one through Stripe? So I'm
Okay.
just taking over it. So I'm just finding out about a lot of the office stuff myself. So
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
yeah, so I know we do Klarna. It shows up on my Stripe as I'm doing it. We have a couple different ones on there, but I don't push them
Gotcha.
at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's advertised anywhere.
Hmm. Gotcha. Okay. Does anybody here not offer anything like, financing like Klarna or Affirm?
I don't, but I need to
Yeah,
badly.
I don't, but I'm in the process of figuring it out. Like I've been trying to figure out this last few days or last few weeks, I should say.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay. I would strongly, recommend putting that like a priority on your list. Just because he's not here, but Josh Avila, he's making like at least 50K a month with our ads. And he was telling me that at least like half of his sales were coming from, financing options like Klarna or Affirm. Um, and it's just better to get those, paid in full. The cool thing about that is that, they they the client can pay that off like in 4 or 6 months. And one of the ways that he uses it is by offering some sort of incentive um to pay in full, just because you'll get you either get two choices. Either once they're gonna want to, only give like a small, like for example, small deposit, or they can only pay, like only a fraction of it. Or you can incentivize them, give them like a free extra day train or an extra session or an extra few session to push them into, getting that paid in full. And that's when, that type of financing does help out a lot. So combining a firm with or any sort of financing with like an incentive does help out push that sell.
So
Oh,
these companies pay you upfront, right? You get 100% of the whatever. Their money's coming off of the interest when they don't pay, right?
exactly. So let's say, for example, I'm going to use a firm and I'm going to be using your services. Um, I apply for this, I go through the process. Let's say, for example, your package is $3,000. You get that, not necessarily the full 3,000 because there are, like small fees, exactly just like how any merchant or processor there is, but you get the majority of that. And now I have the ability to pay it off in like, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, whatever I decide.